Soccer is definitely like my favorite sport. I've been playing that since I was like 3 years old. The summer of 7th grade, I had knee problems. I had to get 4 to 5 surgeries done on both of my knees. That took like a year or two to recover. A year later, I started having hip pain. I was a little nervous because I've already been through a lot of surgeries and I know it took me a long time to recover. The pain was really bothering me, and if I wanted to play soccer again, I knew this was probably my best decision.
We've been coming to University Orthopedics for a long time, I feel like. Paige is our youngest of 4, and pretty much all of them have been through here for something. Dr. Schiller is really well known in this area, so we were lucky to get in to see him.
She had classic pain complaints and symptoms of hip impingement from, most likely was repetitive kicking from being a soccer goalie, and so that repetitive high kick from punting the ball over and over and over, that just irritated the labrum enough that she started to have tearing.
She was experiencing a lot of pain and discomfort at that time, and we weren't sure she was going to get through her junior year.
How does that feel?
Hurts a little.
Where?
Dr. Schiller was really able to give her some treatments that would make her more comfortable and give her the confidence to get through that season and know she wasn't going to make her situation worse.
We tried to manage it non-operatively and just wasn't really cutting it. And so we had a lengthy discussion over surgical treatment, hip arthroscopy to evaluate the joint.
Hip surgery is like a lot different than knee, like it just felt a lot more serious, but I felt like I was in good hands.
With Paige, we needed to do the surgery so that she could play in her senior year of high school. And so I knew we were sort of under a time constraint, so that's how we sort of planned it out.
My goal is for D2.
They have a fixed amount of time to play, and if you lose a season, you don't get the season back. I felt like they really understood that.
When we do the scope with the camera in, take a look-see around the joint. In her case, the labrum was torn, and so we fixed it with a couple of anchors.
After the surgery, he gave me a bunch of the pictures he took of my hip, so that was really interesting to look at.
But it does not mean you have to have impingement. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Schiller did a great job of putting Paige at ease and explaining to her exactly what the process would be, what the recovery would be like, and what to expect on the other end of this.
He expected my prognosis to be a little better than everyone else's based on my athleticism. Physical therapy was 2 times a week for the first 3 months, and then after that it went down to like once a week.
That's the hard part because everybody wants to get right back into it, and unfortunately that's not the case. If you have a surgery, any type of procedure, there is some degree of rehab that has to go with that. We knew minimum 4 months plus a little built-in extra time so that we could get out there for practice preseason in August.
I got back to like regular activity within like 4 to 5 months. I started warming up playing with my dad. At first I was hesitant to like dive. He would just kick the ball at me. He was actually pretty good at it, but he helped me get back in shape.
DiPietro drives one in, forcing the save.
And when I came back into real practice, it felt like natural again.
St. Raphael Academy have won the 2024 Division III Girls Soccer Champions.
I came back and won my championship. Just being on the field just made me feel proud, especially after all that I've been through.
Had she missed that season, that would have been really demoralizing. It would have gutted us.
I remember everyone coming over to me and hugging me, and we were all just like screaming with joy, and just really cool being announced as the St. Ray's state champions. It was really cool.
It just blew me away. I was like, wow. I was like, kind of speechless. I know I wanted you to get back and play, and you play she did. Paige worked really hard to get to that point, so to have her reap the rewards with her team is rewarding for me. That's why I do what I do.
We're grateful. He saved 2 seasons of soccer for her, and we were really happy.
I have no regrets. I'm glad I had the surgery. I'm glad that I was able to make a stable recovery, and I'm glad that he was the one that did it.